Welcome back to The Line. Part of the nearly $500 million boost to New Mexico's struggling education system is money for the K-5 Plus program. It offers 25 extra days of school for students in kindergarten through 5th grade. Now, experts say it's key to boosting achievement. The state has had K-3 Plus for a decade, but the expansion comes with new rules. The summer teacher must be the same teacher a student has come fall semester. And Stephanie, small schools and small districts are having problems recruiting those teachers for those summer weeks. And they said the deadline didn't apply to give them enough time to kind of figure this out. So some schools are actually taking a pass on a program that, by any indication, works exceedingly well for New Mexico.
It really does, yes.
You know?
The K-3 program, the K-3 Plus program really has demonstrated a tremendous amount of success across the board. And, you know, the access to resources by those smaller schools for that program is very high, you know, and it's really being used. And I do have confidence that the K-5 Plus program we'll see the same level of success. I do think the timing is a factor, and I think the fact that there's a you know, regulation around continuity is also a factor.
What do you make of that?
I think that's fantastic.
The continuity bit? Okay.
I think it's important that kids, because it's not an additional program, it's not summer school, it's an expansion or an extension of the existing school year. So I think that's great, just education policy as a whole. And I think that next year, you will see a very different picture. I think this is new policy. It's being implemented. I think we need to just give it a little bit of time to get integrated.
You agree with that, Adrian? It seems like a good program, but just a little thing we got to get past at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm a broken record talking about how refreshing it is to have an administration in the governor's office that uses data to make evidence-based decisions when it comes to programming. You know, I think this is kind of a growing pain when, you know, after coming out of 8 years of stagnancy, this is a transition period, and I definitely agree that, you know, in next year and future years that this is going to be a much different situation.
Gotcha. Crystal, it's not a free program. The legislature has stepped up and they've been funding K-3, of course, for quite a number of years now. But K-5 includes money for teachers to do either the 10-day or the 25-day version. And it seems like everything's good to go. Like there's no other impedance to this at all beyond this.
Yeah, and think of it this way. So, you know, I was thinking about, you know, this conversation that we were about to have right in front of my 11-year-old son. And, you know, this is almost like an additional tutoring program for people that can't afford a tutor, right? Or they can't afford summer school, even if it's just to get ahead or, you know, to improve upon it. And I understand that this is for remedial purposes, but, you know, in this particular instance, you know, the way that kids are being taught in the classroom right now with, you know, for example, my son at North Star Elementary, no matter what your opinion of the Common Core curriculum might be, you know, it's very different from the way that us millennials, baby boomers, sorry to look at you, Dan, on that one.
Take it off, Dan. Put it on me.
The way he wasn't looking at me for the record.
The way that we learned is completely different from the way that our kids are learning at this point. So, of course, you have to adjust the time frame where, you know, even though they're constantly saying that parents should be teaching and reteaching the kids at home, sometimes we just don't know how to teach because it's just so different from the way that their instructor has. So I very much applaud the administration for putting that. I can understand that there's logistical challenges, right? And with any new program, especially if it's in its first fully funded year or at a very gracious year, we have to give those other schools, you know, the benefit of the doubt, where they actually shouldn't be penalized for the fact they couldn't participate.
That they're smaller and that, exactly.
Absolutely, yeah. There's going to be, you know, there's going to be changes. But the way that my mother taught me when it came to my education, I hope that, you know, the state of New Mexico and the other schools that couldn't make this happen. My mother taught me when there's a will, there's a way. So give them an opportunity to reapply and also make sure that they have an opportunity to implement it, because now they have a full year to go into the program prepared.
That's right. It was almost like a fairness issue. The bigger districts, of course, Santa Fe threw in. They were all in right off the top. But smaller districts had a hard time finding even teachers to do, because you can't cross-pollinate teachers. You can't have the gym teacher teaching over here. You know what I mean? It has to be that teacher. Are you okay with the system as it's set up now? And do you find that the money spent is value for you? Do you find this K-5 program?
Well, how do I know if the money spent is value? We just started the program.
Right.
So I don't know if it's value.
Kind of looking at, maybe looking at K-3, were you supportive of it back then?
Listen, I'm fine with putting money in education, contrary to your belief of me, Gene.
Right.
I think at the end of the day, look, I'm a fan of year-round school.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, I've always
Seriously,
been, I've always been a fan. Year-round school is the way to go. I mean, this, you know, giving 13-year-olds 3 months off to go sit at home and think they're going to retain everything that they learned prior is crazy.
Right.
You know, I think we got to realize also that, you know, there's a real difference between small school districts where you go to Hondo, New Mexico, and the superintendent's also the principal, he's also the head of bus driving.
That's right.
And you go to APS where every program has a director.
Yep.
That's not a hit on APS. I mean, when you're dealing with 5,000 times the number of students, you need that stuff. So I think there's got to be some leeway for realizing these smaller rural school districts where, you know, the athletic director is the principal, is the superintendent, is the bus driver, is the basketball coach.
Right.
At some point, he's got to, or she's got to research these programs and figure out how to apply. And I just hope that they'll expedite the inefficiencies of applying for this stuff.
One thing I think we also
Did I
have
literally
to
say something that got you fired up? Well, I literally
Yes.
tried to be
everything
the
you
most
say, Dan.
nonpartisan guy that I could be.
Everything you say, because
A little
progress
short on
now is
time. Let's hear your point, Steph. What do you got?
So one thing that I really appreciate about this policy, you know, Senator Stewart is a longtime education advocate, has been in the classroom. She knows this
Yes.
stuff back and forth. And the fact that they also made this very specifically tailored to low-income schools, you
Right.
know, the
That's
schools that
right.
are eligible for these funds have to be made up of 80% or more of their students in that school that qualify for free or reduced lunches. And so
right.
I think that's really important. I think the fact that, I think we need to be really focused on figuring out how to make it work for those schools and how to, and a lot of those schools are in rural New Mexico, where, you know, the socioeconomic situation for our rural New Mexico communities is not like you see in some of the more affluent communities in the central New Mexico areas.
It's a good point there. 28 million this past year. And again, not quite the question I asked Dan, but you know, we are going to have to invest. We're going to have to spend money to get out of this hole. You know what I mean? Is this the appropriate way to do it for you? It's this, K through 5. Because, you know, I have to say again, the results speak for themselves.
Right.
I mean, people love this
think
program.
There's not going to be one program that is going to be a silver bullet that's going to solve
Right.
our education issues here in the state. You know, any program that a school district, a charter school, the PED can implement in our public schools that increase seat time are going to help our children succeed. It's going to help them achieve. It's going to help them graduate, and then to finally, you know, contribute to our society and our economy once they do graduate. But I think about the teachers. You know,
Okay.
this recruitment issue. You know, my husband's a teacher, and I grew up in a family that was around education quite a bit. And these teachers in our public schools are highly professional. They want the best for their students, and we already ask a lot of them. And so, you know, it's an equity issue to make sure that, you know, teachers in small rural school districts have the ability to participate in these programs, and we need to make sure that, you know, we support these professionals that are in our classrooms.
Would you anticipate more teachers as the years go by stepping to this? I mean, the money's not so bad. We're only talking 10 to 25 days out of your summer.
Right, you know, I mean, thankfully, teachers are getting a raise this year.
That's right.
You know, this could be a supplement to other income for our teachers, and you know, I mean, APS struggles to fill classrooms every
right.
year.
That's
You know,
right.
these big school districts are struggling to fill these classrooms. So back to the silver bullet. This isn't the only thing that we have to do. We have to continue to train new teachers to come into our classrooms.
right.
You know, this is a big systemic issue that isn't just with PED. We have to be working with higher ed. We have to be working with the university system to make sure that we have high quality public education teachers.
That's a great final word for the show. Really appreciate that. That's all the time we have for this week, but we're always curious about your thoughts. Drop us a line at newmexicoinfocus.org or find us on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter.